the first 3 or 4 heats we never even heard.
Yeah. Earlier didn't seem to phase the runners, but looks like it did that time.
We got 5 coming. I don't think all the lanes were full anyways, so. Mount Royal looks like.
Gavin from Mount Royal comes in first in that heat. 12:01.
Not a bad time.
No, not at all.
Section 3, we've got Owen Henley of Kennett, Nolan Davis of Bonnie Eagle, Zachariah Oja of Bonnie Eagle, Braden Curry of Central, Forrest Pribernal of White Mountains, and Jack Hudson of Trinity. Looking down the track, and it appears that we've got open lane 5. I can imagine this is not the best weather to be a sprinter in.
Definitely not.
Last week I was at Nashua North, and it was a lot of the same. It's raining a little heavier, maybe a little less windy, but same sort of weather.
Yeah, that's how it was. I went to Merrimack Valley last week.
Exactly.
Same thing.
This heat is underway. Looks like it's going to be Bonnie Eagle, but that was pretty close to the top 3.
Zachariah from, Bonnie Eagle.
Bonnie Eagle, all right.
12:05.
12:05.
Not too bad in this
Nope.
weather at all.
All right, in section 4, we've got Bryce Hill of Kennett, Tom Cilia of Portsmouth, Christopher Thomas of Spalding, Joseph Sigmon of Oyster River, Francesco Mallardi of Portsmouth, and Devin Wade of Kingswood. The heat before this past one was won by Gavin Magistro of Mount Royal. Mount Royal, I mean, if we had a Division 5 in track and field, they'd be in that. They're really small. So that's pretty good to be up there, winning a heat and competing. I know that they don't have a track of any sort. Pretty tough to be a sprinter with no track.
Definitely.
That way. I'm pointing that way. Go around.
Quite a few heats of the 100 today.
There are. I mean, they had I think it was three seeded heats, and then we're looking at 6 unseeded, so 9 heats.
9 heats.
You know you're big time when Larry Martin walks by with a microphone in hand and a microphone in his back pocket. This is no small meat. Here we go. We only have 4 in this heat. Now it's tight between Kennett and Portsmouth.
I think Kennett might have pulled that one off. Yes, Bryce Hill from Kennett wins that heat with a 12:09.
All right, in section 5, we've got Ryan Torres of Timberlane, Sean St. Felix of Manchester West, Connor Hawkins of Milford, Brendan Carey of Spalding, Ethan Clay Storm of Kennett, and Colby Ramshaw of Londonderry.
I wonder if the reason there's been so many open lanes is maybe the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot that plays into that. I know that even on my own team, you know, we had somebody that qualified to run in the unseeded mile, and I don't want to say that they elected not to do it, but I mean, we're coming off vacation. I have a funny feeling that their vacation plans probably changed somewhere along the way, and we're not able to make it today. And you're going to get some of that along with, again, if this is an event you're not contesting for one of the top spots and the conditions are like this today, it'd be pretty easy. Again, I wouldn't want to be sprinting in this weather. So
I wouldn't either. Not ideal for sprinting.
No. Though it was pretty ideal during the 2 mile, for 2 miles.
Yeah,
anyways.
it wasn't bad. They like that weather. I've heard.
This is a pretty even heat.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with West on that, but I'm not 100% sure.
I agree. We'll see in a second.
Sean St. Felix would be my guess.
Yep. Sean St. Felix, Manchester West, 12.8. 12.81.
All right, in our final section, we got Jackson Knoll of Co-Brown, Devin Wilson of Spalding, Josh Compo of South, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's racing? Bruce Lee Kane of Manchester West, and I'm guessing it's Daniel Webb McLean of Winnicott. Sometimes when you have a double last name, chances are that your full name's going to make it onto the heat sheets. Probably not that likely. These aren't ideal javelin throwing conditions either, but that one was pretty far out there. Throw it much farther, it's going to be getting into the discus section.
At least last week it was a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
It's a little bit colder today.
Definitely more raw. Here's our last heat underway. Another tight one. It's going to be West taking this one as well. Should be Bruce Lee, my man Bruce Lee.
It is the 12.5.
12.5. Not bad. Not bad. So that is, in theory, the slower of the unseeded sections. And I know one of them was a 12.9, so they beat out some of the guys from the heat before them. All right, well, we've got the seeded heats of the 100. In Heat 1, we got Noel Garcia of Spalding, Catherine Lures of Plymouth Regional, my girl Grace Devaney from Concord, Ella Frazier of Exeter, Angie Souza of Nashua South, and Grace Kins of Exeter. Grace Devaney, I've been a couple of times I've been broadcasting, I've been talking about her because I'm not a sprint guy, I'm a distance guy, but just watching her, her poise, and then this year being, or this week being listed on the Hometown Hero. I watched that this morning. That was pretty impressive. Twin brother. I didn't realize that.
Oh, she has a twin.
Twin brother. Doesn't look like her, thankfully for her and him. But
yeah, it's hard not to talk about her. I remember interviewing her a lot last year.
Right.
And she's great.
Just again, it would have been the same thing. I think I was watching her as an official at Meet of Champions, and the poise that she just carries herself with is pretty impressive for a high schooler.
Yeah, I agree.
Reminds me of there was a guy from Sauhegan that hurdled. I can't remember, DeForest or something like that. And I remember he showed up. He had been high jumping, shows up to the preliminaries for the 110 hurdles, doesn't have his spikes, and he's up. He's got to get in there and everything like that. And in doing so, he doesn't have his spikes or anything like that. So he goes out and runs the heat in
no spikes?
Training shoes and wins. Then
Some
comes
talent
back,
right there.
comes back with spikes and takes the whole thing. Well, in this first heat, the seeded one, Devaney, by 5 meters.
She makes it look so easy.
She does make it look so easy.
I feel like she wasn't even going all out.
I think I'd be halfway down the track at this point.
She's fast, yes. A 13.02, and that was just prelims. And
Yeah.
breezed through that.
That's pretty fast. That was faster than any of the other girls were seated behind her. Second heat, we got Sabrina Sherman of Exeter, Marina DePrizio of Spalding, Sarah Waite of Concord, Lexi Stonis of Plymouth, Abigail Drew of Conant, and Grace Jenkins of Portsmouth. I know that Abigail Drew was the Division III champ last year.
So she's fast as well.
And here we go. This is a very even heat right now.
Neck and neck, yeah.
It's going to be a tough call. I think it's Concord. If it is, it's Sarah Waite.
Yes, Sarah Waite, Concord. 13.76.
Nice. Now our third heat of the prelims, we've got Tara Smoker of Plymouth Regional, Laurel Gordon of Oyster River, Liddy Houghton of Central, Gwyneth Dollinger of Pelham, Mabel Mackey of Cobrown, and Riley Casey of Spalding. We got 2 of them listed under 13 in this heat. As the wind picks up, not going to benefit them if they fire the gun now. Matter of fact, they might all end up 1 lane over to the outside. First finishing in second.
Hopefully it dies down just in time.
Just in time.
Maybe they'll get a little lucky.
As the New Hampshire track and field banner gets blown over. They don't know. Maybe they got 1 hurdle to do in the seeded 100. Oh, did you see that javelin just stall? Went up, came right down. And it did die down just in time.
It did.
It's going to be
Oyster River.
Oyster River, yeah. Laurel Gordon.
Yeah, 13.34. Another good race.
All right, and that's it for the seeded section. Now we're into the unseeded. We've got Kaylee Moore of Bishop Girton, Zoe Tardif of Conval, Samantha Sullivan Milford, Adrienne McCoy Sophos of Alvern, Caitlin Carpenter of Kingswood, and Natalie Perret of Oyster River. We have six sections of this as well.
You say this is the first heat of the unseeded?
Yeah.
Still got some fast times on there?
Yeah, so we're still seeing times in the 13s, and these will go fast to slow, so it's kind of a continuation after the seeded. These are the runners that just barely missed that cut. Definitely do have the wind picking up for the last couple of heats. A little bit of a side wind, might be a bit at their back.
It's always helpful. A little bit.
A little bit. Side wind's one of those ones that you kind of have to think about what you're doing while you're doing it and not think at all.
I'm okay for right now, thank you. Say that again? Okay.
Looks like the timers might be verifying something. probably seeding the finals now, and then we'll be able to get going with our girls unseeded. So, Jalesa, what's going through your mind when you're at that start line getting ready to go?
Well, stay warm. On a day like today, stay warm and just try to get out of those blocks as fast as you can. When I was a sprinter, blocks were crucial for me. I wasn't as fast coming down the runway, but my blocks are really good. So just making sure I don't false start and getting out of those blocks fast. Make sure my form is what it needs to be.
Yeah, and you talk form. A day like today with that wind kind of on and off, rain, staying cold, you need to make sure you're keeping that good form, as we do have our first of 6 unseeded girls' dashes taken off. And we can see it's pretty close. The favored lanes would be typically middle lanes. Not always the case, as it looks like
Lane 1.
that might have been Kaylee from BG who got the win.
It was with a time of 14.16. Yeah, a day like today, form is everything, pumping those arms.
Yeah, so 14-16, not quite up to her seed time. A lot of factors could go into that. Obviously, we are still early on in the season, and it is cold today.
Yes, it is.
And it looks like we're going to be able to get going with our section 2. So this would be Caitlin of Sauhegan, Abby, Nashua North, Hutchinson of Merrimack, Izzy from Co-Brown, Gabrielle from Sanborn, and Kylie from Nashua South in lane 6. Getting their final instructions. Looks like we're going on your mark right now. And another good start. Section 2 of 6 of the girls' unseeded 100 meters. This one looks like it might not be as close. We do have a couple girls pulling away, lanes 2 and 3. And that would be
Nashua North.
Abby Coy taking the win for that section. Time of 14:03.
Yes. Maybe not their best times in this cold weather.
Yeah, it's hard to do, and mentally as a sprinter, you kind of want to put your best times out of mind for this.
Right. Yeah, I gotta be prepared not to run your best.
Yeah. So we see section 3 coming into view now. We have in lane 1, Haley of Timberlane. Lane 2, Samantha of Concord. Lane 3, Madison from Co-Brown. Lane 4, Elizabeth from Kingswood. Lane 5, Kaylee from Concord. And lane 6, Naomi from Hollis Brookline. Girls getting into their blocks now.
I was at the start earlier, and the time between the set position and when the gun goes off is so fast. He's getting them out of the blocks pretty fast.
And that's one thing that a lot of schools will practice, is varying that and just making sure their athletes are reacting to the gun, not anticipating it. As we do see the win from Elizabeth.
13.83.
So nice to see another time under that 14-second mark. Second place was a little bit further back. So a day like today, do you go uniform? Do you have like a foundation layer on?
If it was me running, I would be wearing pants and some tight pants and a undershirt, like an Under Armour type undershirt, definitely. And taking off all my layers at the last minute to stay warm.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things, too, actually. If you're quick at setting your blocks, you can really wait to that last second, because some kids will take a little bit longer. And if you're efficient with it and you know your setting, I mean,
Right.
you're not going to change it drastically every time. So,
Yeah.
all right, section 4 is on the track now. We have Madison in lane 1 from Merrimack Valley, lane 2, Alanja from Bishop Girton, lane 3, Lena from White Mountains, lane 4, Abby, Manchester Central, lane 5, Rosa from West, lane 6, Sophie from Londonderry. Gun is up, and they're off. Another good start. Seen a couple empty lanes these heats. Some athletes opting not to run today.
Londonderry, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, it was pretty close, but I think that was Sophie.
Yep. 14.10. It was still a pretty close heat. Getting down to the last couple of heats.
Yes, this should be heat 5 of the 6 in our girls' unseeded 100-meter dash. In lane 1, we have Adria from Kennett, 2, Erica from Londonderry, 3, Julia from Spalding, 4, Tahira from Sanborn Regional, 5, Rachel from Milford, and 6, Leah from Nashua South. Looks like we're still setting our blocks up. So you mentioned that blocks are kind of your strength of
Yes.
the sprinting. Obviously, it is key to have that drive phase down.
Yeah, it's really important to stay down on that. Sometimes it was hard to not pop up right away, but staying down in that drive really helps you pick up some speed.
Set, and a good start. So again, section 5 of 6 coming down the track now. Looks like a very good lead from lane 2. That'd be of Erica Waters of Londonderry, who does take the win there. Should be right around that 14-second mark. As we see, it is indeed 14.3.
The next time was 15.01, so she pulled away from that one.
Yeah. As I was saying a couple of heats ago, when we're looking at starts, it's reacting to the gun. I know if I have a gunshot go off a few feet away from me, I'm probably going to react in some manner, sir.
Right.
You don't need to anticipate it. You don't want to anticipate it. You really just want to clear your mind a little bit and be able to just act on impulse for that.
Right. I know when I was running, it's almost like you could feel it. Some guns are really loud, so you could almost like feel it. And yeah, you definitely don't need to anticipate it because everyone's different with the gun.
Did you ever false start?
I don't think so. I think it was pretty good.
Must be your coaches that helped with that.
Mm-hmm.
So in heat 6 of 6 for the girls unseeded 100s, we have Sophia from Sanborn Regional in lane 1. In lane 2, Brianna from Bishop Girton. 3, her teammate Emily, BG again. 4, we have Fernami from Trinity. 5, Grace from Winnicott. And in lane 6, we have Bedell from White Mountains. Gun is up. Girls are in their set mark position. Now they're set, and they're off for a good start. Again, our last of the girls unseeded 100s.
Oh, close.
And it should be pretty close. They looked a little bit cold, a little bit tight out there. So we'll see how it does shape up as we see that Grace O'Connor from Winnicott does take the win at 14.37.
So last of the 100. What's next?
I believe next we're going to see the girls 1,600 meter. We got 2 sections of it, the 2 unseeded sections. As the girls are getting ready, we do have a minute. We'll go ahead and thank our sponsors for today. We've got a couple Meet Hub sponsors for the 2019 Black Bear Invitational. First off would be S. Farity Art, Sarah Farity. She's actually a local teacher who teaches here at Co-Brown. Did you ever have her?
I did not. I think she might have been like came in a year after me, but.
Yeah, so she teaches here, and she also is a pretty phenomenal artist. She's got a Facebook page linked right on the Meet Hub you guys can check out. Also has an Etsy page. A lot of cool things that she does. She's working on some state-themed art right now, so she's putting out stickers for each state. You're seeing that one of them for New Hampshire up in the top right now. She has them for all the surrounding states that I know of, and then she's branching out, will eventually have all 50. Another cool project that she's working on is she's working with a local photographer as well, who actually travels around the country, gets some cool pictures, and then what she does is she takes those pictures and she makes a nice painting out of them, and it's a really cool effect. It's something definitely worth checking out. She does some commission work as well, so if there's something you're looking for, she can do it. So you should definitely check out her Facebook page, check out her Etsy page, see what she has up there. A lot of great art. I know I have a couple things by her. And then our second Meet Hub sponsor would be Willem Verwij Physical Therapy. They're your physical therapy experts. Again, located right here in the Seacoast area. They'll take a look at your gait, your stride, give a little run analysis for you. Really great. We've had a number of athletes go there, and they don't try and change the way you run. They just try and help you and strengthen out whatever muscles you might be, if they see a little bit of a deficiency, they might give you some exercises you can do to work on that. So again, that is William Verwij Physical Therapy. And with that, we now have the girls 1,600 meter run unseeded. This is section 1 of 2, stepping onto the track. So taking a look at hip numbers, number 1, we have Carly of Manchester Central. 2, Ella of Alvern. 3, Katie of Concord. 4, Allison of Concord. 5, Adriana from Sauhegan. 6, Sarah from Conval. 7, Miranda from Co-Brown. 8, Morgan from St. Thomas. 9, Kelsey from Co-Brown. 10, Marley from Oyster River. 11, Addie from Oyster River. 12, Emma from Manchester Central. 13, Olivia from Winnicunnet. 14, Elizabeth from Milford. 15, Jamie from Nashua South. 16, Sophia from Nashua North. 17, Caroline from Kingswood. 18, Sam from Portsmouth. 19, Tessa from Co-Brown, and 20, Kendall from Conval. So it looks like we have a full house here today. What do you think, Jimmy?
Boy, this is unbelievable. A lot of kids on the track. How many you got there, 25, 20?
20. 20 in this section, 20 in the next section as the girls are off. Last week we saw at Merrimack Valley, we saw a little bit of slipping on the line. It was raining a bit worse than this, although it was warmer last week. Looks like it was a good, clean 100 to start, and we do see an early leader take off.
Yeah, she's shot right to the front, too. I like when they get out. It strings it along, especially when you have a big heat like this. You want to be able to see around you, see in front of you, and have some running room. You don't want to see everybody tangle up in a big mess. But there's actually some pretty good runners in here. Maybe they haven't run so fast this year, but in the past, there's Allison Silverstein, who's probably one of the best soccer players in the state, and she's run some really, really good ones in the past. She didn't run last year, but she's back to running again, so she's probably a little out of shape. But there's some runners here that will put some good numbers up. Back here with Violet Sullivan again.
And Keegan Pepin.
Keegan Pepin of Manchester Central. The Pepin sisters. The Pepin twins. Twins?
Twins.
Yeah, okay.
So one lap going in at about 122, 123.
It's a 5:28 pace. Keegan, you racing today?
I'm not racing today, no. I am injured.
You're injured. What happened?
I have
Oh, well, hold on. Back up. There are HIPAA laws, so you don't have to discuss it if you don't want to.
it's okay.
Okay.
I have some pretty serious shin splints, and I have a sprained ankle right now.
Oh.
So we're trying to get that under control so I can get back into junior outdoor season.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good. What year are you now?
a junior.
You're a junior, so one more year left.
One more.
How's your sister doing?
She's doing pretty well. She's racing the 800.
Oh, good. Good. So Carly Crane.
Chloe Crane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's one of your teammates.
Yes, and Emma Krantz.
Yep, Emma Krantz. See that too. So Allison Silverstein up in front. Back a couple of years ago, she was running really well.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a very good soccer player. Brother was Gatorade Soccer Player of the Year
Wow.
a few years ago.
And Adriana's Lotnick right behind her.
Yeah, Adriana's a good runner too.
She's having a great season right now.
Katie Watt running on her outside. Wind's just swirling around now. Doesn't seem to be coming from any real direction.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you'll be back before the season's over?
I am trying.
You icing them a lot and
Icing, going to physical therapy.
yeah,
Trying my best.
yeah. It's kind of a nagging injury, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the things. One of the injuries I've never had was a shin splint. Everything else, but that. My junior year, I had something probably similar to what you had, Violet. My hip was just so bad, so it kind of like ruined my junior cross country season. I swear to God, the day cross country championships ended, I woke up and I don't know if it was in my head, but it was like gone.
Oh.
And then I had a great year of training and felt really good going into my senior year. But sometimes those things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you figure it out. And
Injuries suck, but
yep. Sometimes
once
with
you heal, you
the
can be
hips,
better.
you gotta watch the track and watch the way you when you're running on pavement. You know, it's kind of beveled and stuff like that.
right.
So right now, Katie Watt in front, followed by Zlotnick, Allison Silverstein, and then is that Carly Crane right there?
Carly Crane,
Yeah, yeah, she looks good, huh? So she's a senior.
senior, final season.
Is she gonna run next year?
Yep, she's running at Springfield.
Springfield? Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's making some moves right now.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Yeah, she looks
Great
good.
finish.
She's still in it. You never know. She's got the momentum going.
With the 16, it all comes down to those last two laps. The first two, same with the 32, honestly.
I really think that in this 16, I don't care where you are, the first lap, where you get to the second lap, that really makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't be totally out of it, but
No, but
no one to panic. I was heard Jake's run last night. They went out at 2:22, came back in 1:58.
wow.
Wow.
Strong finish right here. Both of them. Wow, honestly, all of them. So it looks
It's a
like
good
they're going to
run.
run about 5:40, 5:41. Okay,
Katie-
5:41.
Yeah, Katie Watt took that.
Is that a PR for her?
No, I do not think so this season.
Okay.
So it was a nice solid race that they just put up.
And there's one more heat.
Yep, one more heat.
Okay, and then two of the boys.
Yeah, and read that off as
Sure.
you can. See if we can get some results here on that one.
Maisie Thurber-Wells of Merrimack Valley, Madeline Keefe of Nashua South, Maya Tabor of Winnicott, Amy Burton of Kennett, Catherine Craig of Central, Kaylee McDonough of Londonderry, Courtney Galina of Sanborn, Grace Purley of Kennett. Do you want to say the rest?
Ava Shirley of Connet, Caroline Rayano of Milford, Madeline Mayanihan of Bishop Garten, Lily Stinchfield of Kingswood, Shelby Normand of Manchester Central, Emery Jacobs of Winnicott, Sophie Callahan of Messinic, Cinda Vastenberg of Guilford, Kelsey Wiles of Oyster River, Sydney Bain of Messinic, Victoria Smith of Messinic, and Maya Callahan of Messinic.
So I didn't know they didn't had that many people that lived in Messinic. Well, that's half the population of New Ipswich. That's just a joke out to Mike Smith. So what's the top time coming in here? That must have been the faster of the two heats, right?
6:10 for
6:10?
1 and 2.
Yep.
So that could just be seed time.
Yeah,
I
you don't
guess.
know.
I
Maybe
mean,
someone
it's
will
still
break.
early.
Maybe someone will break 6 minutes out of here.
Yeah.
It's always good to break those barriers, those time barriers.
Mm-hmm.
You see what freshman ran the other day? Aiden Puffer. They had a distance festival down in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
Kid ran a 14:40. Bobby Cozine. Trey Cormier from Xavier. Trey Cormier, the kid that won the New Englands this year in cross country, ran a 14:42. And a
Wow.
freshman
Oh, my God.
ran a 14:47
That's crazy.
for a 5K on the track.
Wow.
You know, 14:47 on the roads or whatever you can say, short course. Track doesn't lie.
Yeah.
You know, track's a track. What do you got there? I'll take a cheeseburger.
Sure.
Thank you. Take whatever.
Thank you.
You didn't want anything? Oh, you did? Okay, good. I actually grabbed a lobster roll. Well, girl that's leading right now, I think she's under 6 minute pace.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see how long she can hold it.
Mm-hmm. Is that Kaylee McDonough?
Londonderry girl, right?
And coming up to, so it's a lot of 1600s all in a row. They have unseeded, middle school, and then the 2 seeded.
So 129, so she's just under 6 minute mile pace.
So she's opening up that gap there.
And she's opening up a pretty good gap there. She looks really good. So how's your Manchester Central team look next year?
For cross country?
Yes.
It's looking pretty good. I know a lot of us have our senior season coming up.
Yeah.
So we really want to get place a meet of champs, and we have a couple freshmen coming in, so we really want to
good.
bring them out. I think we'll have a pretty good team.
Yeah, some of those Manchester teams, the middle school teams, were good.
Yeah, Hillside was.
So where does Emma Rossi go?
Is she?
She was McLaughlin.
So I guess it depends on
Where they live?
where they live. So she'll either go to Memorial
Yeah.
or Central.
Yeah, those plenty of Manchester girls are good teams
Yeah.
in the past. Yeah, Manchester Central was always a dominant cross-country team in the past. So hopefully get it back up there.
Hopefully, I'm really hoping so.
You definitely can. So just under 6 minute pace right now going into the 800, or just over 6 minute pace.
That's Mike Smith's daughter leading the chase back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big pack.
Yeah, she's definitely pulling away.
Mm-hmm.
Just steady. Looks good.
It's great, especially for the freshmen, to get some experience at a bigger meet.
Yeah, because you don't get too many invitationals that you can get into, and
No.
you know if you don't have a faster time, and so this gives you a little bit of exposure.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully run a fast time, and
I heard the Salem freshman sophomore meet. There isn't one. I heard it got canceled or something.
yeah, I think the track was condemned.
Yeah, it's too bad.
That is too bad.
Trying to move it.
Oh, they are trying to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's got a lot of history, that race.
Mm-hmm. It's always a fun meet.
Yeah. Starting to string out now. So it's coming through in 4:42.
Looks like Maya is in second, and then Ava from Conant is in.
Mm-hmm. Still a big pack right here.
Yeah, she looks like she's picking up the pace, and
Mm-hmm.
she's going to have a decent one. What did she come in with a time? Or a seat time?
She came in with a 6:16.
6:16, so she'll be probably right around 6:16.
Mm-hmm. Picking up for the finish. She looks strong.
Yeah,
Maybe 6:10.
yeah, that's what it looks like. Maybe even under 6:10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty close. 8, 9, 10, 11, 6:11. So 5-second improvement. Nothing wrong with that.
Look at this kick.
Yeah, I think that girl's got some pretty good speed. Oh, thanks.
That was Eva Charlie of Conant. Sophomore.
Now they're stacking up. That pack never really went away. It kind of kept most of its participants.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having a little bit of minor technical difficulties. We can't get there. The times aren't coming up. All right. Well, they are coming up now. So in the boys, 1,600 meter unseeded, we got James Barrett, Trinity, Carter Hunt, Conval, Adam Ellis of Merrimack, Danny Viverka, Conval, Thomas Heddington of Sauhegan, Tyler Kraft of Londonderry, Ari Montville of Portsmouth, Pat Dunn of Trinity, Anthony Mason of Bonnie Eagle, Ken Beaumier of Bonnie Eagle, Dylan Labonte of Oyster River, Rowan Solanke of Bishop Girton, August Catula of Conval, Clay Young, Manchester Central, Joshua Brown, Merrimack, Matt Burney of Conant, Ben Stone of Oyster River, Patrick Lyons of Oyster River, and Juhu Hato of Nashua South.
Looks like a fast start right now.
Yeah, those boys are going right after it.
They're going, yeah, that's a very fast start right now. That looks more like an 800 start.
Yeah, James Barrett from Trinity is really flying right now.
So, Keegan, do you know James Barrett?
I actually went to elementary school with James.
You did?
Yeah.
Was he your boy crush? Or
Oh.
what was he? He was your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend?
No.
Because you called him right off the bat. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, just a close friend.
Either that or you have money on him right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
No, I just watched him grow as a runner. He's been doing really well in high school.
So he's an 11th grader?
Yes, junior.
Yep. Did he ask you to the prom yet?
We go to different schools.
Oh, different schools. I'm just kidding you. This kid from Portsmouth, Montville, he had a great kick last week at Nashua. And it was in the slow heat, but it was an unbelievable kick. So just watch him today. If he's close by, you're going to see a pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
He's just
They're
one of those
still
kids.
going fast.
Yeah, they look well.
Yeah, they're really
Hopefully
cruising.
hopefully they get some good times here. If you just miss that cutoff getting into the seeded, you can still run a really fast time. A lot of times you can run faster if you're a kid that would normally fall back a little bit.
Exactly.
Use this to your advantage. I always tell my girls that if they're in like a JV race or unseeded.
Sometimes it's what you make of it. Sometimes if you get into a race that's way too fast for you, you get out of your comfort zone pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah, you can
It's
dive
all right to be
quickly.
a little bit out of your comfort zone, but you don't be way out.
If you can take the lead, get some practice with racing and being in charge, having control, you can kind of choose like your time, and you can sometimes run a lot faster than you would if you were just falling back and relying on others who might be kickers.
So they're coming through decent. 4:45 pace. You got all the Conval boys.
First lap was pretty much even with what they ran in the 2 mile to open.
Yeah. Yep.
So you know it's going to slow down a little.
Right. So were you happy with that mile?
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
They, I had 4 in that heat.
Right.
3 of them.
I said that's half the population of New Ipswich.
The better looking half,
Yeah.
too.
Right.
No, that was good. My daughter in the race, too, she's just starting to, she's run a lot. She's got a lot of miles under her belt, but she hasn't figured out how to be a competitor
Right. Yeah,
yet.
it's all right. She
So
looked
she's
good.
learning how to figure out how to race people in the races and stuff. So that's good.
Right.
Looks strong.
Yeah,
She's
she's
leading
pretty
that pack.
Yep.
So this is going to set up perfectly. So is that Ververker in front?
No.
No?
That's Hunt.
That's Hunt?
Yeah.
Oh, Carter Hunt?
Yeah, and then
So
Burke is
wa-
in second.
watch this kid from Portsmouth with a lap to go.
Yeah, he's right up there.
Oh, it looks like he's
definitely
swinging
kick.
his arms.
Yeah, he can definitely kick.
But if he's close, he can kick.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Well, he's
Yeah.
close right now.
Yeah.
Close enough, you could.
You
wanna
watch.
see this kick.
You'll hear Lyford saying, "Move, move, move." We'll see if he's
Oh, come on.
if he's got it. He's got to have his eyes up.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have gone out a little bit too fast for his comeback.
Yeah. Watch it.
He just went to the arms.
Yeah. He had a great kick last week, but I don't know if he's going to catch Hunt.
Second is out of reach.
Yeah, Hunt's really starting to pick it up here.
Hunt has a great kick right here. This looks great.
Yeah, I think this kid's going to let me down, but it's all right.
Kid from Sahegan's moving up.
Yeah, he's moving up really well.
Smooth, too.
Hunt's going to run a pretty fast time if he keeps this up.
Yeah, it's at like a 4:13 right now.
He's not really going to come off, I don't think. He's a really strong kid. He plays football.
Oh, he does.
I'm very surprised he's a miler. I saw him entered in a 2 mile one. I'm like, really?
Really?
But, so he's, I don't think he's super fast, but he's not really going to come off.
Portsmouth kid's throwing a good kick right now, but he's not enough real estate left. But
Yeah, so Hegan's right on him.
it's a good, decent race. Slow heat.
Yeah.
Hopefully sub 4:45.
Yep, 4:45 right at the finish.
We're running a little wide there. I don't know if that was. But some decent run.
Where's Charlotte?
Okay. You want to read those off?
Okay, section 2 of the boys unseeded is going to be Tyler Beard of Conval, Ben Weber of Exeter, Josh Nodabard of Pelham, Ranthanak Che of Winnacunnet, Ethan Dodenhoff of Merrimack Valley, Robert McLean of Messinic, Will Plant of Londonderry, Duncan Primus of BG, Scott Payton of Merrimack Valley, or of Merrimack.
Ethan Weinhold of Cunnet, Baxter Whitehand of Bonnie Eagle, Andrew Sirios of Bonnie Eagle, Thomas Saludo of Trinity, Owen Jaworski of Trinity, Mitchell Norris of Portsmouth, Andrew Pugh of Sanborn, Zachary Egan of Spalding, Noah Cavallo of Sanborn, and Peter Headington of Sauhegan.
Okay, so the top time going in right now is a 5:02. Tyler Beard of Conval. Also looks like a pretty fast start. 2 up front. A lot of freshmen and sophomores in this race.
Yeah, so if we don't have the Salem race next week, this is it. So, Violet, what are you going to be studying next year?
Exercise science, and I'm minoring in nutrition.
Oh, wow.
On a PA track.
Yep, good.
What's Forrest studying?
Neuroscience.
Awesome.
See how long that lasts. Now, you never know. When you go to college, you have it planned out, and sometimes things change. But I think just getting in and figuring out what, what track you're going to do.
Seems like it's right now Josh Notabart of Pelham holding the lead.
Big surge right there. Yeah, it's great for the younger kids a lot of times to get to lead a race if they're often way back in like 15
Exactly.
the 20th, you know?
Yep, that's the nice thing about it. Get a little taste of it.
Practice strategy.
Yeah, and all these times seem pretty close, so it's good for all of them to be pushed at people that are at the same pace.
A lot of times when I would set up workouts, I would put my faster guys way back so they're working on younger guys, to have them learn how to be up in front and have the other guys learn how to be behind a little bit to catch up so everybody can finish at pretty close to the same time, but you're also gunning for somebody too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great.
These guys look pretty solid though. So coming in with a 5:02, they're about right on schedule. Hey, Bowden, you ready? Yeah. Good luck.
She just gets the spikes. My sister coming up.
Oh, your sister's running too? Oh, good.
Teal singlet right there.
Teal, yep. So she's an 8th grader?
She's an 8th grader.
Wow. So you never get to run with her then?
I don't, I know. We just miss each other, which is sad.
Well, although I did look at your grades, they weren't so good, so maybe you'll get another year out of it. Just kidding, Violet. Imagine that, though. I always have bad dreams about high school. Like I didn't take a test, and then I'm getting there and I try to get to the locker, and I go, I forgot my combination to my locker, and the test is coming up. You wait, you'll have those dreams. So tight race.
The leaders came in around a 3:48 for the last lap.
Yep, so they're just over 5-minute mile pace. Kid in second looks like he's a decent runner, huh? Yeah.
All right, I need my boys in the middle school, starting with number 1 right here. What's your name, young man?
They running all of middle school together?
I think they're boys and girls together.
All right, so they're coming in for the last 100 meters.
Yeah, they look good.
Mm-hmm.
See what this kick does. See if it brings them under 5.
Yeah.
It's
Close.
not just over.
Yeah, still dropping.
Looks like just over. Maybe? Hang on.
Close.
Right there.
Ah, just missed it.
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a big barrier to break. If you've never broken 5, you get into the 4s. How'd your sister do in states this year?
She hasn't done cross country
Was
for
she
a
a
couple
soccer
years.
player?
No, she's not. She did field hockey for a
Oh,
couple
field hockey.
years. She ran when she was younger, and she's just getting back into it this year. So
Oh,
she'll
good.
be doing cross country this fall.
Yep.
And yeah, decided to do the middle school mile, just get some experience.
Yeah.
You know,
And your brother's a sophomore,
my brother's a sophomore.
and you the oldest?
I am.
Oldest are always the smartest.
How does Jimmy Mack just seem to get better looking each year?
I know. I don't know how I do it.
Just kind of happens. Some people age gracefully and others just age.
Yeah.
You have something special, my friend.
You know, I look like I'm only in my mid-60s right
I'd
now.
say mid 20s to 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, they back into male modeling. Did you read off who we got in here? Did I miss that?
So for the girls, we have Mallory Taylor. Then we have Sophia Rebenutskiak Mallory's from New Hampshire Thunder. Then Sophia's from Merrimack Valley. Brianna Malone is New Hampshire Thunder, and my sister Charlotte Sullivan from CMS.
And then the boys, who do you got? Did you read them?
them? Next page.
So we got boys and girls running together in this.
Boys, Aiden Cox of Thunder, Avery Crowell of PMS, Tyler Kazik of Thunder, Jamie Lano of Thunder, Bowden Rand of Deerfield, Patrick Gandini of GMS, Trip Williams of Pelham, Brandon Kenny of Pelham, Jake Crawford of Boynton, and Logan Lucas of Boynton. And they're all 8th graders, too, so this is our future freshman mile class right
Yep.
here. Aiden taking it out.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, he's looking to try to break 440.
Nice.
He's run a 440 in practice. And, the one thing about him, he takes it out. He ain't afraid to, really hammer it and do well. And sometimes if you fail at it, you fail at it. But he's not afraid to test the boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, Avery Crowell's no slouch either. He was a good runner this year. Jamie Lano, very good. Of course, Tyler Kazik, Bowden Rand. They're all good runners. And then on the girls' side, you got some good ones in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Co-Brown's girls cross-country team is going to be unbelievable because they, in Division III this year, it was just absolutely loaded with good runners.
So is it just the 3 girls in there right now?
Yep,
Looks
3
like
girls.
it.
So one of the girls you read was not in there.
Okay. Merrimack Valley.
Remember if I- yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie Reynolds didn't run today, did she? In the 2 mile.
Is she in the mile? I think maybe.
Yeah.
I know she was in something. I looked it over.
Yeah.
I think mile.
Yeah, she's in the C to 1600.
Okay.
Is
Cement.
Robitaille in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Robitaille, yeah.
Chloe Trudell is too.
Yeah. So should be.
It's
a
gonna
good
be
one.
another great race.
Yep.
Oh yeah, coming up in a second too.
He's on pace to break 440. It's going to be close.